In life, at some point, we all feel that we are alone and lonely. But the question is, why we feel alone and lonely? Someone asked Gautam Buddha, is it better to be alone and lonely than to be with people who don't want to be with us? Buddha said, be alone, but don't be lonely. Being alone and being lonely is two different things. When you search your happiness within you, you can be alone and still be happy. And when you search your happiness in others, you can be with them and still be lonely. We feel lonely when we seek validation from others and don't want to accept ourselves. Never think that being alone makes you lonely. Being alone always makes you strong. But being with wrong people make you feel lonely and weak. If people does not like to be with you, don't feel bad or lonely. You might be different from them. You might be an exception, and being an exception is not bad at all. Just remember that you are never alone. You always have someone with you, and that is none other than your own self, your own soul, and your own mind. If you learn to be alone and happy, you will never feel lonely because in that time you meet your inner self. You find so many different ways to grow as a person. You will learn to listen your inner voices. You will begin to know yourself, and knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Most of us lose ourselves in the process of pleasing others and begin to find ourselves in the process of losing others. So it is better to be alone and peaceful than to be surrounded by people and still feel lonely and miserable. And when you learn to be happy with yourself, you can be happy with anyone.